The Battle of the Ten Kings is a battle alluded to in the Rig Veda, the ancient Indian sacred collection of Vedic Sanskrit hymns. The battle took place during the Middle or main Rig Vedic period, near the Ravi River in Punjab. It was a battle between the Puru-Vedic Aryan tribal kingdoms of the Bharatash, allied with other tribes of the northwest India, guided by the royal sage Vishvamitra, and the Trtsu Bharata king Sudis, who defeats other Vedic tribes. Source: K.F. Geldner in his 1951 translation of the Rig Veda considers the hymns as obviously based on an historical event, even though all details save for what is preserved in the hymns have been lost. Further details have been provided in an incisive discussion of this hymn by H.P. Schmidt. Location and dating. There are different accounts as to when this battle actually took place due to different hypotheses from different scholars. Some date it back to near 3000–4000 BCE, while others consider it to be dated around the 14th century BCE. The battle itself took place on the banks of the Parusni. Belligerents. The Trtsu are the tribe led by King Sudis. Sudis himself is included in the 10 Kings, as the Trus are said to be surrounded by 10 kings in 7:33.5, but it is not made explicit how this number is supposed to be broken down. If of the tribes mentioned in 7.18, the Turvasis, Jaxus, Matsyas, Burgas, Druhaya, Pathas, Balanas, Alinas, Shivis and Vaisanans are counted, the full number is reached, leaving the Anavas, the Ajus and Sigris and the 21 men of both Vaikana tribes without a king, and implying that Beda, Shimyu, and Kavasa are the names of individual kings. The Bharatash are named among the enemies in 7.33 but not in 7.18. Alinas, one of the tribes defeated by Sudis at the Dasarajna, and it was suggested that they lived to the northeast of Nuristan, because the land was mentioned by the Chinese pilgrim Shanzang. Anu. Some place them in the Parusni area. Brigus, probably the priestly family descended from the ancient Kavi Brigu. Later, they are related to the composition of parts of the Atharva Veda. Balanas fought against Sudis in the Dasarajna battle. Some scholars have argued that the Balanas lived in the Bolan Pass area. Druhaya. Some align them with the Gandhari. Matsya are only mentioned in the RV, but later in connection with the Alva. Parsu. The Parsu have been connected by some with the ancient Persians. Purus, one of the major tribal confederations in the Rig Veda. Panish, also the name of a class of demons, later associated with the Scythians. Background. Hymns 7.18 and 7.83 are dedicated to Indra and Indra paired with Varuna, respectively. They thank the deity for helping Sudis to defeat his enemies, while hymn 7.33 is addressed by Vashista's descendants to Vashista, praising him for moving the gods to take Sudis' side by his prayers. They describe him as a son of Mitra and Varuna. The hymn stresses the importance of the priests in winning Indra's favor. They had invoked Indra while they had moved away from home. The situation leading up to the battle is described in 7:18.6. The Turvasis and Yaxus, together with the Matsya tribe flocking together, appear and ally themselves with the Brigus and the Druhaya. Their confederation was further increased by the Pathas, the Balanas, the Alinas, the Shivis and the Vaisanans, while the Trus relied solely on the help of the Arya's comrade, Indra. The battle. The warriors of Sudis are described as white-robed, wearing hair knots on the right side of their heads, having flying banners, while the 10 kings do not sacrifice. It appears that Sudis managed to cross the Parusni safely, while his foes, trying to pursue, were scattered by a flood and either drowned or were slaughtered by Sudis men. 7:18.9 As to their goal, they sped to their destruction. They sought Parusni, e'en the swift returned not. Indra abandoned to Sudis the manly, the swiftly flying foes, unmanly babblers. 7:18.9 They went like kine unherded from the pasture, each clinging to a friend as chance directed. They who drive spotted steeds, sent down by Prasenna, Gavir, the warriors and the harnessed horses, Kavasa and the Dru who were overwhelmed by Indra, while still in the water. The slain warriors of the Anu and Druhira numbered 6,666. In the aftermath of the battle, the Bharatash under Sudis received tribute from the Agis, the Sigris and the Yaxis, and Indra destroyed the 7 fortifications of the enemies, and gave the treasures of Anu to Sudis. 18.17 stresses that this was a victory against all odds, compared to a lamb defeating a lion. Adaptations and Retellings. According to Urdazib, the Battle of 10 Kings provided a prototype for the epic Mahabharata, an idea which Hilty Beitel calls of particularly baffling fancy. Contemporary Indian novelist Ashok K. Banker's 2014 historical novel 10 Kings. Disarajna is based on the Battle of 10 Kings.